Alright guys, welcome back to the quarterfinal for Kings of the Old World. Got 8 players left. Who goes through the top 4 here? Got Julian up against minimoult. We'll introduce our players once we get over the camera bug, which the devs haven't fixed yet. And please, it has nothing to do with the ESOC overlay. So, got JulianK, the light blue trunks on the Germans, against minimoult in the red trunks on the Dutch. So the power of the settler wagons up against the power of banking here from the Dutch and gold cost settlers. Now the Dutch actually do have a reduced villager capacity limit. They do get these kick-ass banks, which we'll get to see later on. minimoult taking XP treasure here. Julian just scouting out for some treasures of his own. So JulianK sending settler wagons. He's already got the market and getting hunting dogs now. Or minimoult sending settlers. Be a little bit further along in terms of the food for his age up. Well, JulianK probably going to cut eco-techs for the time being until he actually ages up now. Beeline that age 2, then you get the other eco-techs. minimoult's even left this initial wood pile. He will need that later on in order to cram out banks and his initial military production, but for now he's just gathering all the food he can, giving all these deer very close to the town centre. It's even going to bring in this other set of deer. Very handy to do so.
Hello?
So Julian's sort of done the same thing. We're now just gathering from these ibexes. Probably needs to send the settler there and bring them back in a sec. So JulianK now got Gangsaw. He'll be adding placer mines not long behind this. Well, minimoult is he's up on the way. He can almost afford a bank. Probably not gonna ship Bank of Amsterdam. Not really a point to it at the moment. It's not like he's anywhere near the 50 settler capacity, nor his bank capacity. 1 out of 5 now. Vision of the House of Wetton there. So the beauty of this is you can actually build it at range without having to send a villager or a settler wagon or a wagon to actually establish it. You can just spend the resources from afar, save the walk time. So it's a nice little boon to the new maps, the new houses. I believe it benefits the old trading posts now though too. So why don't we just autoplay as well? So JulianK snuck in a trading post behind this, and he's going for the stables. He's shipping settler wagons as well as some Uhlans, while we're getting cords of wood out from minimoult. So he's going to gather a fuckload of food, going to get a second bank, going to be able to add more banks and military production or towers behind this. really just ramp his eco as best he can. Because Julian will be looking at putting the pressure on soon. Access to Yulin's from shipments and from the stables. Furtjes and Stroop waffles. Holy fuck, that's a mouthful. So the envoy gonna get cleaned up. Bit of free XP here for Julian. It's gonna deny the scouting there for minimoult, but at the same time, you can just quick garrison as well as try and explore around the far side. So Julian doesn't want to lose the Yulins. One of them does fall though. But meanwhile, he can start pinching all these treasures. Because minimoult, keeping his explorer safe back at home, doesn't want to have him active out on the map for scouting now that there is melee cavalry access for his opponent. But minimoult is now up to 4 bangs. And he's generating coin from his dance hall building. Didn't know that that's how that worked for the Dutch, but okay. So it's another coin gen structure, and on top of that, does mean access to the cravats for our Dutch player. JulianK. He's got the resources he needs to go all the way to Fortress Age now. Just waiting on that coin. He's just about to get. Adding a second trading post now. Got barracks now as well. For minimoult. At the stables. And he must have cancelled the cravat in favour of going for his Fortress Age as well. So he's going to go barrack stables as well. Minimoult's coin gen is insane behind this. It's insane that Julian has the benefit of all this XP trickle, so he's going to be able to ship skirms and more Yulins to cost him nothing. Minimoult can't decide whether he wants to make cravats or not. He's queued up and cancelled them for a second time there. Starting to add more eco text now.
Hello?
Yeah, riders instead. And the skirms. Or the hussar. You're gonna have a good time. Because you're gonna deny a bit of build time here. And there we are. More riders. Well, some riders now in the field. So these guys. These guys are 1 pop ranged cavalry. It's up against the glass cannon melee cavalry. We'll be able to get a couple of good kills, but the skirmishers backing them up will be a hard sell until minimoult gets some of his own skirms out in number. Possibly get some siege. I'm just going to pick Julian's Explorer off here. Julian's looking to push in now, and minimoult hasn't had any siege just yet. So Julian's not going to give him a free ride to the industrial age, that's for sure. But he doesn't have any siege shipments in his fortress deck. The villagers being singled out there at the cost of a couple of skirmishes. So bill counts just favouring Julian here. Does have those trading posts at his advantage, but there are 4 banks already for minimoult. Minimoult's skirmisher control and number really being the difference here. A couple of nice kills here. Seeing Julian back, but he does have a huge Yuan count now. So Julian's just pumping Yuans and skirmishes at this point. Or minimoult. Basically pumping Reiters and skirmishes as well. So he's going to have the range advantage, but I think Julian does have the army size advantage, that's for sure. He's up 30 population at the moment. A Dutch player adding another barracks and another bank here. He's just now adding placer mines. Considering how gold heavy Dutch is for their eco, I think he probably want to have crammed that in slightly earlier than he has. JulianK. I think Cav combat, so as soon as that kicks in, he'll really be able to make use of the Yulans, because he'll be able to tank long enough to dive the skirmishers or the Reiters. Or even try to get on the Vils and disrupt the eco here. So Julian looking to take a massive engagement at the moment. He's up by about 30 pop. Actually, if he wins this trade, this could pretty much be the game here. It could be really rough for minimoult because he's in no stage to go to Fortress Age. I don't really feel much behind this. Julian still has that big pop lead. He's even splitting up the attacks of his skirms to pick off individual riders rather than having them all just focus on one. Minimizing the overkill there. And minimoult taking that fight probably didn't need to at all. Taking that down by about 30 pop, and now he's down by about 50. So this is really rough. He's even going to lose a settler or two over here. His skirm's going to get cleaned up as well, probably. So Julian making his mark. He's making his presence known here in this tournament as the treaty player. The casual supremacy mode player. Already through to this quarterfinal. And up 1-0 so far in this series. Can he close out game number 2 here? Minimoult still has a bit left in the bank. 60 pop, but JulianK nearly at that 130 pop mark once again. Minimoult down by about 5 eco pop now as well. That's about the widest that gap's been all game. And more villages are under threat. This is really rough for minimoult. He's forced to have to try and engage on the skirms to try and prevent them from also picking off settlers. But he's just not got enough here. I think Julian will whittle down enough of the eco here, but he'll be inclined to tap out. It's now down to 22 Vils. Julian's got another batch of Yulans here. More skirmishes on the way as well. GG. Julian takes the game.